Today we are going to analyze the best 25 psychology questions of all time. Each student will answer 2 questions. Start with Steve. Steve, are we alone in the universe?
Believe it or not, you're in the minority if you believe that absolutely no intelligent life exists outside of planet Earth.
Your second question, Steve. Would you obey an order to hurt someone?
I was only obeying orders.
Thank you, Steve. Your first question, Samir. Would you be a good eyewitness to a crime?
Research illustrates that the human mind is not like a tape recorder. We neither record events exactly as we see them, nor recall them like a tape that has been rewound. In eyewitness identifications, witness memory is impacted by a variety of factors that occur from the time of the crime onwards, and their memories can be easily contaminated.
Samir. Second question. Who would you choose as a dinner guest, if you can invite anyone?
Jesus Christ, Elvis, the Pope.
Lizzie. Your first question. Would you help someone in trouble?
When someone is in trouble and needs help, I should do my best to aid them in any way I can. However, I must also consider if it will harm me in the process. In some cases it won't. Calling the authorities, when needed. Then in other cases it might. Such as intervening in a fight. My opinion is to access the situation and weigh the pros and cons as quickly as possible and act accordingly. It is always best to help people whenever possible, but if it will risk my life or mental health to do so, I must be aware of this and willing to take the chance.
Lizzie. Second question. In what circumstance would you steal?
I don't know. I have not steal anything in my life. But I listen to interviews. When a criminal is interrogated or interviewed about his illegal conduct, 2 evaluations are occurring simultaneously. The detective, psychologist, or other interviewer is examining him. But he is doing what he has done all his life, namely casing out others to target any vulnerability. The criminal counts on outsmarting his interrogator. He has been doing this since childhood when he was called to account for his behavior by parents, teachers, and others. Some of the explanations appear absurd even to a relatively inexperienced interviewer. For example, when apprehended, shoplifters say things like, "Everybody does it, the store overcharges to begin with, the store won't miss it, I didn't have the money." These transparent excuses after the fact have little bearing on the actual motivation to steal. Explanation or excuses for stealing? A person who steals things that he already owns, can easily afford, or does not want or need can be baffling. Mental health professionals may think that his stealing can be explained by a psychological disorder. The habitual thief may appear to suffer from a compulsion, kleptomania. He may be seen as resorting to stealing as a way to feel better while coping with depression or adverse circumstances over which he has no control. Perhaps a person steals to boost his self-esteem. One woman who shoplifted for years before being apprehended jokingly referred to herself as a consumer representative. She took orders from friends, stole the items they ordered, then sold the merchandise at a significant discount. She maintained that shoplifting was the one skill she had that others appreciated. She said her parents seldom praised her, but her customers did.
Well done, Liz. Well thought out answer. Hello, Ben. Your first question, do you believe in nature or nurture?
Nature is often defined in this debate as genetic or hormone-based behaviors, traits, and dispositions, while nurture is most commonly defined as environment, culture, and experience. A few examples of biologically determined characteristics nature include certain genetic diseases, eye color, hair color, and skin color. Other things like life expectancy and height have a strong biological component, but they are also influenced by environmental factors and lifestyle. Yes, sir. Professor, I believe in both of them.
Nice one. Ben, your second question. What does it mean to be self-actualized?
Maslow's emphasis was less on a rigid hierarchy of needs, and more on the notion that self-actualized people are motivated by health, growth, wholeness, integration, humanitarian purpose, and the real problems of life. Professor, I am example of self-actualized person.
Wendy, welcome to today's questions and answers. You have 2 questions to address. First question, what is the key to solving life's problems?
There is a famous quote from Einstein, which goes like this: "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them."
Wendy, second question, what does a sense of community mean?
Professor, is it your core group of friends? Is it your family? Is it the neighborhood you live in? Anyway, Macmillan and Chavis, 1986, define sense of community as a feeling that members have of belonging, a feeling that members matter to one another and to the group, and a shared faith that members' needs will be met through their commitment to be together.
Wow. Cool and great, Wendy. Lisa, you have 2 questions to answer. First, would you like to be famous? And what would you like to be famous for? If achieving fame meant that your life would look totally different than it does today, would you be okay with that?
I wouldn't like to be famous, because according to me, it's not important the fame, but the principal thing is to try to realize my dreams. I think that I would prefer to become a woman carried in her work and capable of being useful to society. To be famous isn't the aim of my life, even because the fame is temporary and very short, but mostly the fame doesn't enrich the soul and the heart, probably except for the outer surface.
Lisa, your second question. What does death mean?
Regardless of race, religion, geographical area, or time period, every human has wondered about the one fact of life that unifies us all. For me, it would mean going away from my loved ones forever. It would also mean not being able to influence anyone or anything what I thought was important to me. I would understand that life would continue without me, and I am not sure how it would affect them.
Victoria, you have 2 questions to answer. Describe your perfect day.
Professor, I am a perfect lady. Every day is my perfect day.
Victoria, the perfect lady. Your second question. What does it mean to love someone?
Love, a 4-letter word that gets tossed around in conversations, pretty carelessly, to describe just about anything. I love your shoes. I love this restaurant. This dog totally loves me. Love means not needing constant contact, in person or via text, to feel secure. It means trusting them in every way possible, and earning their reciprocal trust in you. Love means loving yourself, too. It means always being your organic self and never shifting to fit another person's standard.
Cave Woman, welcome back. You have 2 questions to answer based on your life experience. First question, do you believe in the afterlife?
I don't believe in the afterlife, but I'm afraid of ghosts. Sound familiar?
Cave Woman, second question, what is your greatest accomplishment?
My greatest accomplishment was the day I made cave my home.
Hello Jack. You have 2 questions. First, how do you overcome bad habits? 1. Stress and boredom. 2. Choose a substitute for your bad habit. 3. Cut out as many triggers as possible. 4. Join forces with somebody. 5. Surround yourself with people who live the way you want to live. 6. Visualize yourself succeeding. 8. You don't need to be someone else, you just need to return to the old you. This is how I became a changed man, Professor. Jack, your second question, what makes you really angry? Why do I get angry? Feelings of anger arise due to how we interpret and react to certain situations. Everyone has their own triggers for what makes them angry, but some common ones include situations in which we feel threatened or attacked, frustrated or powerless, like we're being invalidated or treated unfairly, like people are not respecting our feelings or possessions. People can interpret situations differently, so a situation that makes you feel very angry may not make someone else feel angry at all. For example, other reactions could include annoyance, hurt or amusement. But just because we can interpret things differently, it doesn't mean that you're interpreting things wrong. If you get angry, how you interpret and react to a situation can depend on lots of factors in your life, including 1. Your childhood and upbringing. 2. Past experiences. 3. Current circumstances. Thank you, Jack, for your honest answer. Damian, you have 2 questions to answer. First, What are your favorite pastimes?
My favorite pastime would probably be either learning new things by reading, watching documents, or watching informational videos.
Damian, your second question. Who is the most important person in your life?
Just like everyone else's mother. Mother is the most important gift ever given to you by God after your life. I can't describe her in words. My mother. Because she will never stop loving me. Just like everyone else's mother. Mother is the most important gift ever given to you by God after your life. I can't describe her in words, but I still want everyone to know about her. 1. She is government. 2. Employee. 3. Working as postal assistant. But apart from that, she never took leave from office, because she cared for the financial condition. We have now much more, but still she never stopped. For that I will always be thankful to God. She remains sick usually, but never stay away from kitchen. She wake up early in the morning, cook food for us, and at 9 a.m. she leave for office and return at 6 p.m. And then again cook food for us. No matter how exhausting the day was.
Damian, I love my mom too. Marco, your 2 questions. First, what is your best personality trait?
Compassion and understanding mean you relate well to others. Patience is a virtue and also a good personality trait. Courage will help you do what's right in tough situations. Loyalty is a good quality to possess, making others trust you.
Second question. Do you wake up happy or sad?
Sometimes I wake up sad because my dreams are better than my reality. Sometimes I wake up sad because I am not as progressed in my life as I thought I would be. When I was young, I imagined big things for myself, and constantly dealing with anxiety and panic disorder, along with depression, can be crippling. I haven't lived up to my expectations, and when I wake up, it hits me hard from time to time.
Andrea, you will answer 2 questions. First question. Are you an introvert or extrovert?
Professor, I don't know. I will take introvert or extrovert test.
Andrea, please drop that popcorn and answer second question. What makes your heart smile?
It means I am feeling a lot of strong emotion right now. It doesn't always mean gratitude, because my heart can also be full of grief, or gratitude, or happiness, or love, or any other strong emotion.
Thank you all for excellent answers you provided. I have best students in the whole planet.